Year's 2025, we are not going to be intimidated by cooking anything or baking anything. We're going to give all these recipes a shot. The recipes that we've never tried because it looks too hard. Yes, I have those recipes too. I'm going to start the series today for you, in fact. Do you want me to show you what I'm baking today? Grab your apron, let's get to baking. The first recipe that really could come to mind that really intimidates me, that I've always wanted to try but never tried, chocolate souffle. I know, people are going to come at me, they're going to be like, you're a baker? You call yourself a baker, but you've never made a souffle? Yeah, I do. I call myself a baker, and I've never made a souffle. It's okay, guys. We're gonna attempt it today. Now, I first became infatuated with chocolate souffle from the movie Because I Said So. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and do yourself a favor and just watch it. You know the guy from Suits, the blonde, like the main lawyer? You're welcome. Just watch it. Anyways, I went thumbing through all my cookbooks, and I chose Julia Child's. So that's what we're gonna work with. Let's get started, shall we? She simply wants you to go ahead and butter your ramekins, dust with some flour, and make sure you pat out the excess. So we're gonna start there. All right, our next step is to put a pot on your stove, put a little bit of water in it. You want a bowl that won't touch the water once it's placed on top of your pan. I have 3.5 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate in here, and I'm going to add to that 2 tablespoons of strong coffee. And let that melt and come together. Chocolate and our coffee is beautifully melted together. She wants me to remove this from the heat, keep over the water bath, and just set aside till we're ready to use it again. I have here 2 tablespoons of potato starch going into a heavy bottom stock pot on top of your stove. I have 1 cup of milk measured out already for the recipe. She wants me to take 3 tablespoons of this milk out and whisk and combine it with the potato starch. That milk is whisked in with that potato starch. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my milk here and 1/3 cup of white granulated sugar. We're gonna whisk this and then cook over medium heat until it reaches boiling stage. Julia also wants me to only boil for 3 seconds once it reaches that, okay? Here's a very thick paste, and she said that's normal, especially if we use potato starch. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put our melted chocolate and coffee mixture in here and mix until incorporated. Next step, she says to scrape down the sides of our pan and then place 2 tablespoons of room temp softened butter over our mixture and just let it come to room temp. She doesn't say to mix it in. Not room temp, tepid, which I'm not really sure what that means, but we'll figure it out. Next step, we're gonna whip some egg whites. Okay, I have 5 egg whites going into the bowl of my mixer here and a pinch of salt. She wants me to mix this until soft peaks form. Now I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar over the top of this, and we're gonna mix it until stiff peaks are formed. And I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Okay, stiff peaks right here, guys, okay? That's what it should look like. Now, let me go ahead and move this and we'll do our next step. She wants us to scrape our mixture of chocolate and corn potato starch and all. It's not looking promising, guys, so we're just gonna keep going with it. Scrape that chocolate mixture into a mixing bowl. I should have mixed in that butter, in fact, but this is where we're at, so we just keep going. I have 3 egg yolks that I am going to, let me just check here. Okay, 3 egg yolks going in here all at once, she said, and we're going to beat them in. I don't know if this is right, guys. I'm not sure how I am supposed to incorporate egg whites into this. It's a little gluey, to say the least. She wants me to go ahead with 1/4 of these egg whites and fold these in. Folding in, I'm gonna go ahead and fold in the rest of the egg whites. Oh, and by the way, guys, I get so many questions about this mixer. It's a Bosch. It's a Bosch, and I love it. All of my egg whites are now incorporated. It seems as though my souffle is separating a little bit. It seems like it's broken, almost curdled. I don't think my mixture was hot enough to cook my egg yolks, but we're just gonna go with it, okay? We're gonna put my ramekins on a cookie sheet here, and then I'll give you some baking instructions. Okay, she wants you to make sure that you leave at least 1¼ inch from the top of the mold to the souffle mixture. Now it's time to bake. I filled 5 ramekins here. I probably honestly have enough for 1 more, but I only have 5, so we're working with what we got. Baking these. She wants us to bake these on the middle rack of a 375-degree preheated oven for about 35 minutes, or when the souffle has risen about 1 inch over the top of your ramekins. Then take them out, rapidly sprinkle the top with powdered sugar, and put back in the oven for another 10 minutes, about 45 minutes in total. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this done, and hopefully we'll have some souffles that are edible. I'm gonna be honest here, guys. If you've never watched that movie that I recommended to you because I said so, in the movie, Millie does not want the door open on the oven because her souffles will fall. Let me just show you what my souffles look like right now. Okay, don't mind my dirty oven door, but look at, they're rising beautifully. I'm really concerned that if I try to put powdered sugar on them right now, they're gonna fall. I think that I'm going to just top with a little powdered sugar when they come out of the oven. I'm sorry. As you can see, I didn't even have to worry about opening my oven door because my souffles fell anyways. You know what, you win some, you lose some. I am in fact sprinkling with a little powdered sugar still. I'm sure they're gonna taste great still, guys. It's not a big deal. We'll try it again and hopefully we'll succeed. I honestly think they fell because my husband came home and, not purposely, but he's just like a bull moose coming through the wild. I don't know, but he slammed the door and I think that's when they fell. Honestly, I'm gonna blame him anyways because I don't wanna blame myself, right? Let me let these cool and guys, it tastes like chocolate souffle. Go figure, right? It is, guys, we completed our first hard recipe of 2025. I want you guys to go ahead and do me a favor. Why don't you drop in the comments something that you've tried or that you haven't tried that's not worked out or that you're too intimidated to try. Let me give it a whack, huh? I love to try new things, cooking or baking. Just so you know, nothing that includes shellfish because your girl, she's allergic. I am, yeah. All right, that's all I have for you right now. And thanks for baking with me today.